Right, hello and welcome to this week's angling blog. This week you join me on the banks of the river for an opportunistic session in search of chub. Just want to thank you all for the nice comments that you do leave on the channel. It really is appreciated and thank you all very much. It's a pleasure to log in during the week and I do try and reply to every comment on the channel, and thank you all for the support you show. So recently I have been enjoying chasing those roach on the banks of the River Ribble, and it really is enjoyable on the whip and the float to get those quality fish. But today we're hoping to make contact with a species that's going to pull back a bit. Mr. Chub is one of the most obliging fish for that, and hopefully we could pick up one. Windows of opportunity is a word that you hear a lot on the channel, and this morning I logged onto the computer, had a look at all the rivers that hold chub to see which one was suitable. Most of them were not at all in any good condition, far too much water in them, but the one we're on today was just on the edge of fishable, and there's one or two swims that I know with a bit extra water in can produce fish. So looking at the swim that we're going to start in, you can see we've got quite a bit of pace on the river, but it does slow down as it goes down the swim, and there's a lovely snag at the end of it, underneath which will no doubt be Mr. Chub, and we're going to have to hope to draw him out today. So at the start of the session I do set out some expectations, and today I'm hoping for one chub. The swim that we're in can produce numbers, but conditions today can change so quickly. If we get some rain upstream, this swim will be too fast and become unfishable, but if it also drops, the level on the swim will go down and the fish just won't move up into the area we want to catch them, and it'll be unfishable from that perspective as well. That will open up other swims, but the hope today is just one chub. Looking at the setup that we're going to use today, I'm going to be using my 12 to 14 foot Corum glide, and today I'm going to be fishing it at 12 foot. I've got that up with the new switch reel, and on there I've got 4 pound 4 ounce float fish. That's down to a 10 number 4 stick float that I've severely overshot it, as you can see, just to slow that bait down and be able to edge that bait through. That's down to a shiny hook, and we're going to be fishing maggot and hemp. So as you can see on the screen, carrying a minimum of tackle, a hook bag with the bait in and my tackle box, a net bag, the rod and a landing net is all you need for the day's chub fishing. As you've seen in recent vlogs, I've set up a dedicated tackle box, the Corum Maxi Rig Manager, and in there I've got everything I need from a stick point of view. Loads of options of floats, weights, hooks, plummets, and everything you need. So feeding today, really simple, literally a handful of maggots, and I'm putting them just the other side of that tree there, so they come right underneath my feet where it's shallow and less pace. As we look downstream, it's down there where we're hoping to get the bites. And this swim today really is a race against time. Although it is good when the river is up slightly, this river does drop quite quickly, so you know, as the day goes on, this swim, although good now and we have a chance, gets less and less as good as the day goes on. It clears, gets shallower, and then becomes harder to catch the chub from this swim, and that's when you begin to look at other ones. But learning your rivers, knowing the levels, like I say on the blog a lot, get to learn them, you know when you've got a chance and it's worth trying. We are literally today fishing for one chub. So we've been going for about 30-35 minutes now, and with this it's important not to lose focus. You know, it only takes a second to get that bite, and we are fishing for one bite today. Just going to keep putting that maggot in and trotting it through, and every time it goes down to that tree your heart does beat a little bit faster. It is dropping slightly, you know, it seems like it's clearing a bit and slowing down slightly, and just feels like just got to stick at it and we'll get that chance. So it's been about an hour of trotting, just drip feeding those maggots in, and we've finally got our chance. You can see the pace on the river Just had to drip feed them maggots in, be patient. I knew from past experience that this swim would give us a chance if we were lucky. And with that extra flow, you really have got to take your time. You can see them white lips of the chub. He's a nice one, with that flow just pushing through them and that tiny hook. Let's get him in and take a look. So we are into the second hour now, and I would have thought if we were going to get another chub, we'd have had one by now. But this swim is an amazing one to look at from a fishing point of view. This bit of the river here in summer, or normal level, you wouldn't even wet a line. It's about a foot deep. You can see the bottom like you can there, all the way across, and you just walk past it. But with a bit of water in, it becomes the swim to fish. And that's how learning your rivers, you can begin to pick the right areas at the right time. But this one is a prime example. Normal level, you walk past it. This level, you run to it. So it's gone ominously dark, and as you can see on screen now, there is the odd bit of debris coming down the river, which is normally a sign that things are changing upstream. It's just one of them things. Like I said, today we are on a knife edge, so any changes upstream, any water coming in, is going to affect the fishing today and how long we've got. But it is sad having getting that chub. We have got a chance of more. Like I always say, where you can catch one, you can catch more. Walking down the river, it's evident, as you can see on screen now, that the winter floods have really made an impact. There's gravel beds where they were never before, and you can see where the river has literally ripped through the undergrowth in the recent floods. Coming to this swim here, it just looks like a boily mess on the inside, but that will create a deeper hole. But the area I want to target is just on the inside of that white water there with the foam going down. I just think on the inside of that there, round about here, is where the chub might be lying. So winter has drastically changed this river. Big floods, all this sand was never here. A couple of trots, we're into another chub. And worth the leaving that swim behind and going for an explore. See if we can get him in. And there we go, just proving what a difference a move makes. I walked down the river and it's completely different than it was a couple of months ago before the floods. And didn't take too long to pick up this chub. The second one of the day, let's get it straight back. And the very next trot down, we're into another one. And just coming where it's settling in that much smoother water. A lovely bend in the rod, and it's not a rod I often use at 12 foot because I use it on the bigger rivers. You can see there just what a boily mess the swim is. But if you target the right areas of it, you can target the fish and get a few bites. And days where, you know, you'd look at the chart and think you haven't got a chance, if you get out there and learn them, sometimes you find new swims. And next time we come, when it's at these levels, we'll have two chances, won't we? And two areas to target. There we go, the third chub of the day, the second from this swim. I'm very welcome. Not as big as the other two, but definitely welcome. Let's get it straight back, and who knows, might be able to pick up another. Let's get it straight back. Right, so the session does come to an end there now, and 3 chub was more than I could have hoped for at the start of the video. I was hoping we'd get one, and when we got it, you do expect then there could be 1 or 2 more, but to get 3, proper made up. The biggest thing I will take from this vlog today is just how powerful rivers can be and how they can change. You know, YouTube is excellent for learning about fishing, you know, seeing all the techniques and all the hints and tips. But there really isn't any substitute for actually getting out there and seeing the river. Today, when I headed out, I had 1 swim in mind, and looking at it, it produced a chub, didn't it? By the end of the session, we've now got another swim next time we go to look at, which we wouldn't have known about had we not gone and had a look. So yeah, YouTube is a fantastic place for learning and watching videos, but to really build a picture of your river, you have to get out there and try it. So I do hope you have enjoyed this week's vlog. I've certainly enjoyed getting out there and getting a bend in the rod off Mr. Chub, and it's whet the appetite to get out there even more when the river's a bit better, to see if we can get a few more. With that, I want to wish you all tight lines in your own fishing. I want to wish you all the best for 2022, and I'll catch you all next week. Tight lines.